Hello everyone, my name is PolishLynx. Welcome back to 7, a visual novel. Let us continue, I guess. There are candles flickering on shelves, bathing the room in warmth. It is a pleasant reminder that you only have 3 more of the 7 to meet before you can leave. Rose, you must get to her. Anything could have happened to you, and she must be terrified because of it. You have to get back to your angel, your sweetest, Rose. You notice that the only part of the room that is controlled by shadows is where a hole has been cut into the floor, a ladder leading down into the murky depths. You instinctively know that's where you are headed, and your determination takes hold. The lights, turn off the lights, bro. Oh, yes. That's how it's supposed to be played, without lights. Down into the depths you go. The chair is making such stupid noises. They must be annoying for someone watching that. If someone watches, actually. You reach the bottom of the ladder and you find yourself in another room of stone. This one without corners. The curved room has one door, and as you near it, you notice that even the door is curved to follow the shape of the room. As you touch the handle, a soft voice behind you speaks.
I have nothing for you. You may as well leave.
What? You turn, noting the small shadows dancing across the round ceiling.
Who is that?
I am Leviathan.
Well, Leviathan, what do you mean that you have nothing for me? You do not have a memory for me?
I certainly do have a memory for you, but it will give you nothing that you are looking for.
Are you sure?
Oh? And exactly what am I looking for?
What everyone comes here looks for. A sense of peace. A way out.
The memory that you have will not help me in any way?
I did not say that it wouldn't help you, but the price for it is strife. This memory will only give you grief. It will fill you with confusion.
What do I have to do for you to show it to me?
I will give it to you freely. The gift of agony is no gift at all. I have warned you that it will wound you, and if you still want to see it, the choice is yours in the end. Are you willing to take the pain in order to find out the truth?
Yes. Yes, of course.
You are not usually one to seek truth, but I see that your memories are precious to you. For really, what are we all without memories? Very well. Take deep breaths. It may hurt less.
No, I can't do it like that, I'm sorry. You blink and you find yourself at the entrance of your apartment. There are roses in your hand, and you are putting your keys away. You are going to surprise Rose while she's on her way to work today. You know that she always grabs coffee at 7:45 AM every Tuesday and Thursday morning on her way to work. Her path takes her to the bus stop. Her bus comes to pick her up at 8:10 AM on the dot. You would catch her before any of that happens. You've got roses in one hand and a drink carrier with 2 coffees in the other. Walking down the stairs of your apartment building, the cold air of Seattle hits your face. Seattle again it is. I think it was mentioned before. Yeah, well, I were in Seattle playing Deadlight. A little different game, but well, a lot of differences actually, but The same city. Setting off down the sidewalk, you hum to yourself. The cafe is actually from the coffee shop where you and Rose had your first date, and the very same coffee the two of you had ordered. You were nearly to the coffee shop when your eyes fell upon her. Rose was apparently early by a minute or two that day. She was radiant, her hair still flowing and her eyes shining. Your sweetest Rose. You were stuck at a crosswalk while you watched her head closer and closer to the door of the coffee shop, your eyes fixated upon her. You noted how she laughed in those moments, before turning to the man beside her and taking his hand in hers. He opened the door for her, and they both headed into the shop. Your blood turned to ice, the Seattle wind biting at you more easily, it seemed. Wow. It was probably just a friend of hers. The crosswalk light beeped and you propelled into motion, heading to the glass front of the coffee shop. The glass front was not tinted and gave both customers and those outside an excellent way to people watch. The two of them were standing beside one another in line, rather close, you thought to yourself. Then, the unforgivable happened. You watched as the man leaned down to whisper in your fiancée's ear, and she smiled at him. Her gaze was like a pair of twin suns while looking at him, before she leaned up to kiss him chastely on the mouth. She kissed him. Your sweet Rose. She kissed that man. He probably knew that she was yours, but he didn't care. It's a secret affair that they seem to be enjoying. How dare he think that he could steal your Rose away from you? He schemed this from the start. She was probably pushed into the whole thing. Your kind, beautiful, gentle Rose. Okay, man, what you're talking has no sense, actually. Come on, she's in the affair. Give up. You would make him pay for trying to take her from you. You dropped the drink carrier, hot coffee and red petals pouring on the sidewalk. You crushed a dozen of ruby petals as you turned and ran all the way back home. The vision fades from your sight and melts into your mind.
This is why I gave it to you freely. This is not something I would care to remember. Some things are better left forgotten.
Well, actually, that might be the thing that he needs to remember.
Like I said, I truly had nothing for you, Chance. The door ahead will take you to the last room that you shall be trapped in. After you speak with Emin, the last of us will give you choice. It is the one that you will have to make on your own.
You take a deep breath and open the door, ensconced in light. This room was nothing like the ones you'd stepped into before. It looks nearly like a small stone amphitheater, but there was grass growing inside the rocky walls, the green rolling and growing alongside the edges of the stone seats. They create steps that lead to a large pair of doors. Actually, I thought it was more of a stadium, but well, amphitheater also makes sense. Why did I think it's a stadium? Well, that football team I played in had a stadium that, well, looked almost exactly like that. Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean. No benches or anything, but just concrete. There she sat at the top stair, a dark form where her edges flickered depending on how the lights danced against the walls.
Amen?
Your voice sounds hollow. You have come so far, but the memories of your past no longer drive you forward. You feel a void in your heart where there had once been passion. Why was Rose unfaithful to you? What did that man have that you did not? He would pay. You would make him pay. Did you already?
You are correct. You know who I am. But do you also know what memory I have for you?
Well, if I had to guess, then he killed someone or he killed someone. That has no sense. Okay, I think he might kill someone or, broke up with Rose, just something like that. Maybe come back to family.
Is it painful?
No, it is not painful.
The words from her mouth are calm, frighteningly so.
The memory I have for you is one of vengeance, of anger, of wrath.
So I may be right. Perhaps you have already done what you had just promised yourself. Perhaps when you return, Rose will have already returned to you. Or she might be dead or something. You come at the idea of waking to an apologetic and loving Rose. I don't think so.
You have come so far in your journey. The memory that I have for you does not resolve any of the questions that you may have in your mind. This piece of your past that I hold has no answers. Nevertheless, it is important for you to see it.
I don't have a choice?
Did you ever have a choice in the first place? Everything that has led you here, was it really all by your choice? I suppose you will only know if you reach the end. I, Amon the Wrathful, understand how you feel at this moment. You are full of anger and resentment toward your family, your beloved, even yourself. You are fearful of what this memory may bring. So, I will make this swift. Come to me, Chance.
You take the stairs to her seat. The room begins to grow dim, and you feel the sensation of the vision take hold. What is going to happen? Parking lot. You feel anger take hold in every bone in your body. The anger that you began to feel that cold morning at the coffee shop. You nurtured it into a focused rage, creating a plan. You began watching the man when you weren't spending time with Rose, or your family and friends. You would follow him and create a schedule of his weekly activities. You monitored him for an entire month, all the while deciding what you would say to him. In the meantime, you rarely saw Rose, just seeing her turned and twist in your stomach, because she was the same sweet, caring and gentle spirit as always. Your sweet Rose, he must have done something to trick her into seeing him, meeting him, touching that creature. These thoughts only fueled your quiet rage. You found a perfect moment in his schedule to catch him and talk with him. You would find out the truth from him once and for all. And then you would talk with Rose and explain that you found out about the affair. You would forgive her, but she would have to work to gain your trust once more. The moment came. The man drove from work to intramural basketball practice and games Monday through Wednesday, but Thursday he typically met his friends or Rose for an early dinner. You snuck into the parking deck where his car sat and waited. 4:35 p.m. on the dot, and you saw the man appear. You casually begin walking towards the elevator he just exited until he passed you. You grab him and pull him into the elevator, slamming him against the back wall of the lift, a metal clanging out throughout the small space.
What the hell?
What exactly do you think you're doing?